Imagine a world on fire. The sky turns black, ash falls like snow, the air burns in your lungs. 73,000 years ago, humanity came terrifyingly close to extinction. From tens of thousands of people, down to just a few hundred survivors. And the question is, how did 200 humans survive when everyone else died? The supervolcano that almost wiped us out, the story begins with one of the most catastrophic events in Earth's history. The eruption of Mount Toba, a supervolcano in present-day Indonesia. It was not an ordinary eruption. It was an explosion so violent, it spewed over 2,500 cubic miles of ash into the atmosphere. That's enough to bury an entire continent. The sun vanished behind thick volcanic clouds. Temperatures plummeted. Crops failed. Forests withered. For years, the Earth was locked in what scientists call a volcanic winter. Most of humanity, scattered tribes across Africa and Asia, simply couldn't endure it. The numbers crashed. Some scientists estimate fewer than 1,000 humans were left alive. Others say it may have been as low as 200. 200 fragile lives, carrying the future of our entire species, where they hid. So where did those survivors endure this apocalypse? Genetic evidence points to small pockets of refuge in Africa, regions that escaped the harshest effects of the volcanic winter. Along the coasts, tribes found food in shellfish and tidal pools. Inland, some valleys still had enough warmth and plant life to sustain tiny bands of hunter-gatherers. Imagine their world, a frozen wasteland beyond their reach, storms of ash above their heads, and silence where other tribes once lived. They had no guarantee they'd make it. Every hunt, every fire, every newborn child was a gamble against extinction. But survival wasn't just about luck. It was about adaptation. The psychology of survival, what set those 200 humans apart. First, tribal cohesion. In times of collapse, groups that shared resources, protected the weak, and stuck together had a higher chance of surviving than those that fractured. Alone, no human could endure. Together, even the smallest bands could outlast the storm. Second, innovation. The survivors learned to exploit whatever environment still offered life. Cooking roots to extract nutrients, using fire not just for warmth, but to detoxify plants, crafting sharper tools to maximize every hunt. And third, resilience of the mind. Imagine the fear of waking each day under a black sky, knowing the world outside your valley was dying. The ability to hope, to tell stories, to believe in tomorrow. That psychological endurance may have been the single greatest survival tool our ancestors carried. The bottleneck effect. This near extinction left a scar in our DNA. Scientists call it the genetic bottleneck. Today, all 8 billion humans are shockingly similar genetically, far more than other species with larger populations. Why? Because we all descend from those tiny pockets of survivors 73,000 years ago. In a way, we are all children of that catastrophe. Every face you see on Earth today is a branch of the same narrow tree. Think about it. The entire diversity of human culture, invention, and history comes from fewer people than you'd find in a single village, the legacy of 200 souls. So what does this mean for us? It means survival isn't guaranteed by strength or numbers. It's guaranteed by cooperation, adaptability, and the will to endure when the world collapses. Those 200 humans didn't just keep the species alive. They shaped who we are. The instinct to bond in crisis, the drive to innovate, the storytelling that gives meaning to suffering. All of it is their gift. Next time you wonder if one small group can change the fate of humanity, remember this. Every civilization, every invention, every word you speak traces back to 200 people who refused to die. Conclusion: 73,000 years ago, the Earth tested us. Fire rained from the sky, and almost everyone was lost. But 200 humans, huddled in caves, clinging to each other against the dark, held the line. And because they did, you exist. If this story left you in awe of our fragile survival, subscribe, because the hidden psychology of our ancestors still beats inside us. And here, we uncover those forgotten truths.